Most women quit their burnout recovery the moment it really starts working. And they quit because nobody told them what recovery actually looks like in the beginning stages. It doesn't look like having more energy, it doesn't look like feeling better and feeling all these cool feelings. It's actually strange, it's quiet, and honestly, it's a bit confusing because you feel backwards. And if you don't know this, you'll end up reading it as, oh, I'm not getting better, I'm just getting worse, this is not working. And if you've been there, just know I've watched dozens of women come out the other side of burnout with these practices of yoga, and I've been teaching for more than a decade now. And I can tell you that the early signs are so consistent across the board that I actually know when a woman is like coming out of burnout even before she does, because the feelings usually take a lot longer, but the behavior starts to change, other people start to notice, and that's the TLDR of this video. If you want to click away, that's all you get from this video. But here are 7 signs that your nervous system is finally coming out of burnout. Even if you still feel tired, even if you don't feel good all the time, you're still recovering. So let's dive in. Sign number 1, you begin to cry at nothing. Maybe some song comes on in the grocery store and you're like bawling all of a sudden, or your phone has that annoying photo memories app thing that it keeps popping up and you feel all gooey on the inside. Now this could frighten you because you're the kind of person that like keeps it together, right? Now let me tell you, it actually comes for the most like on it people. Burnout is such a common thing. And if you've been braced for months, the body doesn't release in words or expression. It often just releases in tears. And I find that when I put someone into Shavasana, it's like the moment she feels safe and finally like she can rest, the tears just arrive. And it's so natural because this isn't like breaking down or having some emotional crisis. It's actually just the loosening of the grip of burnout and beginning to feel human again, beginning to feel emotions again. So just be present with whatever comes up. It's not wrong. It's all part of the process. Sign number 2, your first real day off actually feels worse, not better. Now you think, oh my gosh, I've been working so hard for so long. I've been trying to get to this project. And then you get there and you finally have a Saturday, Sunday off. And you're like, I feel terrible. You see, the busyness is actually a form of regulation because your body is like loaded with stress hormones just to keep you moving and doing things and like in this state of stress. Stillness, on the other hand, is like absolutely new territory, and new territory is treated as a threat at first. So you need to know that this is normal, and also this isn't proof that it's not working. It's actually proof that you've finally stopped outrunning your own tiredness. You're planting the right seeds. Just trust it because a few weeks from now, you will see the results. Even if nothing is coming up above the soil, just trust that things are moving underneath and everything is already in motion. So don't dig it up, don't check, don't be like, oh, am I actually getting better? You just need to let it rest under these conditions, give yourself some time off, and watch yourself bloom in a few weeks or even a few months of consistent resting. Sign number 3, you lose interest in your usual escapes, whether that's drinking or scrolling or whatever you usually do. All of those things that usually gripped you, you just stop being interested in it. And you start to like close 12 tabs that you have open in your browser, and you give yourself some time to just do one thing at a time without feeling like you always need to be doing something else. Now, if you can enjoy silence without filling it with a podcast or music or chatter, this is a sign of progress. Nobody notices it because it's like absence is not a good thing. It's almost like you need things to be stimulating in order to feel like you're moving ahead. But being able to sit with silence and being able to do nothing is a strong signal that it's doing the thing that you want it to do. So it's not about being more disciplined and like listening to more or doing more for yourself. It's actually just about being less susceptible to these kinds of distractions and allowing silence to settle down. Sign number 4, you get irritable. I know this is so counterintuitive, right? You're supposed to be doing all of these things that are like, making you feel better, but burnout, it flattens everything, including anger and rage and all of these normal emotions. And so if these feelings are coming back after a period of exhaustion and they're online in your body, just allow it because you're feeling for the first time. It's not the most like yogic thing to say. It's not the poster of nervous system healing. And I know you might be thinking, but Sushi, like, if I snapped at my family this week, how is that healing? because a system that's been shut down for so long cannot even snap, cannot even have energy to like create a reaction. And this is where we have to teach it to channel that energy. So don't worry about like feeling good all the time. That's not the point of yoga. In fact, when you begin to do yoga, it's the most confrontational thing you can do. It really brings you in touch with yourself. But don't do anything about it. Trust the process. It's going to move through you. Sign number 5. The afternoon crash actually arrives a little bit later, but it's not gone entirely. Maybe it used to be exactly at 3 p.m. and now it arrives on the way back from work. And slowly it turns into like, just a little bit of a dip in energy instead of a full-blown crash where you need 3 cups of coffee to just get going again. And this is how recovery actually moves. It's not some dramatic transformation. It's actually just noticing the clock. If you can stay the course and catch this time in which you're actually crashing and notice that it's getting later and later, just trust that you're making progress. So don't worry about the feelings. Just watch the clock and see as it drifts later and later as you give your body a chance to recover with small practices called a dinacharya that you can integrate into your daily routine. There's a link in the description below. I do have a small program for you that you can try. But sign number 6 is you still have the symptoms, but you've stopped Googling them, researching them, putting them into ChatGPT and asking what's wrong with me. Even though the tiredness is there, you're still experiencing the anxiety when you wake up, you're still rushing through things, you just get on with your morning without giving it too much airtime. And you'll notice that this is perhaps the most deepest sign, because the fear of the feeling itself has left and you can just deal with the feeling as it arises and you can allow it to wash through you. So don't worry about making the feelings go, just feel the feelings and notice if you're not checking on the symptoms. Sign number 7, someone else in your family actually notices before you do. Maybe your husband says, wow, you seem a bit lighter. Maybe your friend says, whoa, what are you doing to your skin? You just look a bit different. Now, these are all reports from the outside and you should trust it. Even if you still feel tired, even if you feel like you're not there yet, something has already changed for other people to notice it. So behavior recovers first and the feelings follow. So they may be the last to know the feelings, but just remember other people have a good read on you more than you have on yourself sometimes. So even if just 1 or 2 of these signs are current in your system, just remember it's working. You can take a lot longer than you think you need. Don't add anything. The garden is moving under the soil, and the worst thing you can do right now is go and dig it up and be like, is it working? Is it not working? What should I shift? What should I change? Don't change anything. Just have a single practice that you can do every single day, and that will be your steady anchor. And if you notice that, I'm getting better and I really want to lock in and do more, comment the word reset below. There's also a link in the description below, and I will send you a simple 3-day challenge that will help you get started, come onto the mat and join my community. It's a warm, small community, but you can just stand there. For a few days, you can just come onto the mat, stand and breathe and literally flow to some music. You don't have to do fancy, complicated poses. But what matters is that if you show up 3 days in a row, something shifts and there's a little bit of a reward. You can come to a live class with me for free only if you finish the 3 days. So just remember, you are further along than you feel. This is not just fancy encouragement. After teaching so many women, I can tell you that this is the pattern that I keep on seeing. So thank you so much for watching till the very end. I hope you enjoyed this video. Do subscribe to my channel and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.